work at Cambridge University as a careers consultant, and having professionally reviewed over 1,000 CVs giving detailed feedback on each, I can tell you there are 3 golden rules that if you follow will set your CV apart. In this video I explain what those 3 things are, what makes them so effective, using examples, and you'll see why anyone can use them. I'm Raj, let's dive in. Golden rule 1, tailor your CV. There's no getting around this. Tailoring is optimizing your CV for a particular position. An example, let's say we're applying to this role. We can see the top 3 things they want are organization, analytical, and communication skills. Now, to correctly tailor our CV for this role, we remove any previous contents we might have had, we keep the outline of our CV in place, so that's our education and experience, and directly transfer in those top 3 skills, organization, analytical, and communication skills, as bullet points within our education and each experience. You'll notice we're even mirroring the order they appear in the job description, and this is not an accident. We're taking the order they're presented in as a proxy for the importance to the recruiter, and we always want to try and keep the things that are most important to the recruiters higher up on our CVs, as they're more likely to see them. So now we have our rough tailored outline, we need to think where and if those skills might have occurred in the education and experiences we list. Don't worry if you're missing some, it's totally normal to not have everything on the job description. And it's important we take our time with this. So you might remember how you used organization skills to create a Google tracking doc for a group project, or say communication skills when you engaged queuing customers in conversation at your summer cafe job so they were less likely to leave the queue. You can just sketch out these connections for now, the same way a tailor marks out their pattern on fabric. We're not aiming for the finished article yet. Now, if certain listed skills from the job descriptions don't feature in any particular experience, that's totally and absolutely fine. You work your way down the list of job description requirements until you find a skill that does connect to the experience you've had and write about that. And again, don't worry if you're missing some, it's totally normal to not have everything listed from that job description. Follow this approach for the best way to tailor. You'll be ensuring that you're presenting every bit of education and experience in the best contextual light for that role. Which brings us to golden rule number 2. Put what they are looking for, where they're looking for it. Now, the good news is if you've followed rule 1, you're probably doing this anyway, but let's look at the detail. This image from a 2011 research study showed where recruiters were looking when reading CVs. They had eye tracking software activated. Recruiters described spending time in the left channel searching for relevant keywords. So that's the listed skills from the job description, and only coming over to the right hand side when they saw those skills here first. This means we really have to populate that left hand side channel with things they're looking for to hook them. Now, since we've already imported those skills directly from the job description, we've done that in the best way possible. Now, if we consider that a CV gets read on average, median average for 3.9 seconds and a mean average of 5.1 seconds, the first 3.9 seconds of the recruiter's attention will essentially determine if you get another 10 seconds of their attention, so lay out that trail of breadcrumbs, which brings us to golden rule number 3. Use your bullet points to tell a story. Stories will make your skills come to life. Let's look at an example from where we left our CV earlier, sketching out a point for organization skill. Now, to develop this bullet point into a story means fleshing out how we used this skill from the job description and adding numbers if and where possible. Like this. Google spreadsheet created to track the work of 3 colleagues in order to avoid duplication in converting handwritten delivery records into an electronic database. Here's another example, this time from the education section. Used open questions, summarizing and paraphrasing techniques when presenting in seminar sessions with upwards of 12 peers. Again, we're crafting a story around how we use the skills the recruiters want, this time with communication, including subcomponents of that skill. So open questions, paraphrasing, summarizing, and again adding numbers. This way, the reader is hooked on that first word, essentially their word, and then reads across to the right-hand side. And 2 lines should hold sufficient and convincing evidence for how we've used that skill. We want to show how we've used that skill so that recruiters can A, imagine us doing that work, and B, infer from that how else they might be able to use that skill of ours. As for including the numbers, the point is not to be big and impressive. No. The point is that any number, even small numbers, add texture to a story, helping it feel more three-dimensional. Show evidence for those skills with stories, and the recruiters will have every reason to bring you in for interview. So use your bullet points to tell stories. Tailor like a pro, put what they're looking for where they're looking for it, and use your bullet points to tell a story, and you are sailing way ahead of the competition. Perhaps only 5% of candidates use this, and those that do have a massive head start. And to extend the tailoring metaphor, aim for a CV that's a little bit more slim fit than baggy. The idea is we want every single line in our CV to be performing a set function, communicating something of value to that recruiter based on what they've got in their job description. Now, my own CV is only a page long, but you don't have to be as extreme as that. Every situation is different, and there is no right length as such. The main takeaway is that a CV is not going to get you a job necessarily, but it will get you an interview, so think of it as a marketing document. And yes, tailoring your CV in this way will take time, there's no doubt about it. I'm not pretending it's quick, I'm not pretending it's easy, but I promise you, it's definitely worth it. I'd love to know how you get on with these 3 golden rules, so let me know in the comment section down below. I'd be happy to answer any questions you have as well. I have a video coming out real soon entitled 5 things I wouldn't include in my own CV as a careers consultant at Cambridge University, so definitely subscribe if you don't want to miss out on that. Thanks for being here, thanks for being you, and I'll catch you next time.